cool. Wow. So what are your names, by the way?
Kirsty.
James.
Okay, so you guys have just come and you guys don't believe in God, yeah?
Yeah.
No.
So you said to me that I asked you the question, where did we come from? And you said,
Complex connection.
now I went on a different route, but I want to mention something to you from the Quran, yeah?
Yeah.
So in the Quran, it says in chapter 21, verse number 30, which means, I got the Quran here. It says that have the disbelievers not seen that the heavens and the earth were one entity, and then we separated them. And from water we created every living thing.
Absolutely.
Now these statements in the Quran 1400 years ago talk about the Big Bang,
Yeah.
and they talk about how everything was created from water. Now, Mike, the question I pose to you is, how did the Quran know this 1400 years ago? I'll show you the verse, but just because it's a nice verse as well. You can chill out. You don't feel under pressure. Don't feel under pressure. I didn't expect you guys to even come into it.
You find your page.
So it says here, have those who disbelieve not considered that the heavens and the earth were a joint entity, and we separated them and made from every living thing, from water every living thing. And it goes on to say, and we placed within earth firmly set mountains, let it should shift from with them. And that's interesting because what they found out recently is that mountains act like pegs. So the mountains that we see, they actually go really down in the roots as well. They have really deep roots, and those roots stop the earth from shifting. So this statement. And then the next statement is, and we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they're from the signs and turning away. So we look at the sky is like a protection for the ozone layer that we have to protect us. And the next verse as well, so it keeps going on.
Yeah.
And he created the night and day and the sun and the moon, all heavenly bodies in orbit are swimming. So the Quran 1400 years ago, it says, it's talking about how the heavens, the earth, the sun, all the moons are in orbit.
Yeah.
Now, this is a strange statement to make 1400 years ago when people used to think, oh, the earth is the center of the universe, etc. So what we say as Muslims is, the book of Allah, this book is the Quran. We believe that this book is from Allah because of God, because no one else could have known these things.
Okay.
What's your what do you think to that?
I think that we knew that the Earth was round and everything up to 10,000 years ago.
Explain.
Well, we know that there are groups of people that did that. Like we knew the Egyptians and like the Aztecs. They all knew that it was round and that we were. So it's a similar thing.
But from my understanding, we only actually discovered that the Earth was round was by Galileo when he had the telescope.
No, that's not right.
Okay, so in this,
We already knew it's a myth. Like
Okay.
the idea that it was discovered by Galileo was a myth. We knew this before.
so who said that? Who actually said that the Earth was round before?
Well, it's like folklore. Nobody knows where it came from specifically so long ago.
No, but you're saying that it was round, but I just want to know the sort of explanation because you're saying that the ancient Egyptians and the people knew, but how do they explain? Is it actually written in the hieroglyphics? Is it written on their statements? How do you know this?
Because we've dug up archaeological dig sites and like saying, oh, they've got sundials, so like sundial works because the Earth is round.
Yeah, but having a sundial doesn't necessarily mean the Earth is round because
That's
sundials.
exactly what it means.
For example, if I'm a human being,
Yeah.
and if I see a sun in the morning and I can see the shadows short, I know that's early in the morning, and if the shadow's long, I know it's late at night.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean I know the Earth is round.
But just because you doesn't mean somebody else does.
But
Have you seen the Felix Armstrong when he jumps from orbit?
Felix, sorry.
Felix Armstrong when he jumps from the stratosphere.
Yeah.
From that camera angle, you can definitely tell that the world is round.
Obviously, I've never seen this myself. I don't know. I don't. To be honest, I don't
I
know.
think it was a few years ago.
Felix Armstrong.
I'm sure it's Felix Armstrong.
Felix Armstrong. I'll check that
Yeah,
out.
he jumped from the stratosphere with no parachute or anything. He tried to break
Oh, you're talking about a person here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but obviously the people in the past weren't able to go that high.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm trying to talk about from then. For example, and even let's say you're. I'm not gonna say you're correct, but I'm gonna say
Well, yeah.
What time
Can I
is
say
it?
what you're
Because
saying?
we need to.
no. But what I'm gonna say is, okay, fair enough. Yeah, let's say even so you're right. Now what we say about the Quran is we say the Quran is a book written 1400 years ago. Now these are just statements I made to you just briefly, but the Quran is full of miracles, like it's full of scientific facts. It talks about how heaven. So the words in the Quran that said that iron came from the skies. Now what they found about iron now is iron actually comes from meteorites, and if the statement in the Quran said that we sent down iron from the skies was a perfect statement because what they realized is iron actually is from meteorites, not from this earth. So what I'm trying to say to you is that why we as Muslims believe in the Quran, we don't just believe it just blind faith. We believe that the Quran is a book that's got many miracles, it's got many statements, which are true to the fact that if you can find an error in the Quran, then the Quran technically is incorrect. But you will not be able to find an error in the Quran. That's why as Muslims we believe in the Quran.
That's good. As long as you, because I'm not saying that it's wrong, and as long as you believe it and it brings you happiness and peace in your life,
Yeah, absolutely. No, but we
then
should
that's
be
the important
we
thing.
should be able to have a discussion,
Yeah,
whether we agree or disagree. We should be able to have a discussion. I was actually surprised you guys even came in the first place, and then
Oh, really?
yeah,
How come?
because I said the reason because I also called in and I kind of just like my attention just drifted, and then you guys came over and I was like, oh, yeah.
But if you don't talk, then you don't know. Do you?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's the thing that we need to build bridges in terms between ourselves. And it says in the Quran, "La ikraha fi din," which means there's no compulsion in religion. So, for example, as Muslims, and Islam actually has another verse that says, "Lakum dinukum waliya din," which means unto your religion, unto our religion. Which means that you converse with each other, you try to explain them your rationale, your reasons, and why you believe in something. But if you don't believe in it, then you part your ways and you just wish best for the other person.
Do you appreciate other people's values
Yeah.
and beliefs?
There's any other questions you have apart from that?
I don't think so.
Are you going to be here again next
We're
week?
here every Saturday, so if you want to come,
We'll pop
what would
by.
I'll check. We have our page is called CF Dawah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CF.
Is
Check
it on one of these? Have you got a
I don't
card?
actually have. I want to make some cards.
Yeah.
Like one of my friends was saying, we need to make a card so we can give to people. So it's CF Dawah. Check it out,
Yeah.
and then we're here next week and we can talk about the Egyptians.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
have to say.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much
Have
for
a good
stopping
day.
in.
Okay, you have a
It's
good
been
day
lovely
too.
talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, bye.